Let's have some fun. Let's beat this.
It's funny because we're live.
But no.
All
We're
right.
live now. Okay.
Good
Yes.
evening. We're going to have some fun because this beat is sick. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. We are here with our first stream back to the Order of the Isles. I'm CharmedCat, the Dungeon Mommy, and my Charm role players tonight are back with me as well. A little introduction of the Isles. The Order of the Isles takes place in the northern region of a homebrew realm. It's a collection of islands known as the Isles, in which our four adventurers meet by chance at a guild called A New Dawn. They face some perilous fights so far, but through it, they've passed the threshold of strangers and seemingly have formed a bond. Our first adventurer, Leof, go ahead.
We're introducing, right?
Yeah, who are you?
Who am I?
Who
I
is
am
you?
Leof. I'm a 26-year-old bard. I have blonde hair and golden eyes. I am currently traveling with my three companions to help collect different tales and fun things. And as we've learned recently, while I collect these tales and write these songs, these stories, I have recently been learning also how to make, which is something I didn't know how to do before. That's me.
All right. Am I up next?
It's the truth.
Hi, I'm Baxter. I am the Tabaxi rogue of the group. I am 22 years old, 6'3" with gold eyes. My fur is patterned after the clouded leopard, and I'm out adventuring, just sort of learning about the world outside of my homeland with the other Tabaxi. And I've met these other three wonderful adventurers and gotten to know them a little better, and have realized that I might have to be the emotional mature center of the group, and that's a bit odd to think about. But that's me. So here we are.
My turn?
Yes.
Alright, so I play Elvia. She is a noble high elf. She has blue eyes, blonde hair, and is 6 feet tall. I believe I said that. And she has become a efficient griffin slayer.
Ain't that the
Yes,
truth?
he has.
And I'm Mosu. I'm a super tall Fearbulk. I got slate blue skin, dark brown hair. I'm a druid. I like fire, and I like to hit things with worms.
Big old worms. She ain't a
Big ol'
fisherman, but she like to hit him with a worm. All right, so the last time will be introduced in the eyes of our little Leof, Mr. Bodman. Take it away,
All
Mr.
right.
Bodman.
All right. That's the greatest introduction I've ever had in my life. So, as we all know, Leof carries around his little notebook. And so this is going to be a reading of an account that he wrote about their adventures. So he wrote, the hot tea. Here it is. And it's also written in third person because he writes stories. All right. Having spent a restful night at Spawn's. Spawn's. Our adventurers wake to a bustling house of cooking and familial antics. Down on the first floor, by the fire, Leof, Baxter, and Mosu start their morning activities. Seeing that Svone is awake, Baxter goes to find out more about the griffins while the children are still asleep. Leof goes to assist in the kitchen with this massive family breakfast, as he comes from a massive family and knows how to do this. Mosu goes upstairs to wake Elvia. On her quest to find her companion, however, Mosu accidentally opens a few wrong doors, and discovers what appears to be a clandestine relationship between Midar and the mysterious young man who was seen jumping out of the window. Yikes. During the busy morning meal, our protagonists make light conversation with the family until Mosu accidentally reveals the real reason that they are there, i.e., the Griffins. Which Leof quickly plays off as a story/tale he told her back when they were drunk the other night about the great knight Elvin who slayed a horde of griffins 200 years ago in the north of Maine. That's what we're talking about, right? This appeases the young children who yell about heroes and knights, though Midar is not so easily fooled and is now angered with his father for not telling him the real reason these travelers have appeared in their village. Once breakfast is through, our heroes meet with Lucas to go over the plan to fight off the Griffins. They come up with a plan which relies on the group hiding in a grove around an open field with horses, the Griffins' favorite snack, and using their magic and fighting abilities to defeat them once and for all. Leof states his hesitation, knowing that he is not as physically strong as the rest, and knowing that his illusion spell, he will be right in the path of the Griffins. He's always surrounded by tall people, and as that, it's intimidating sometimes. Baxter, seeing that Leof seems to think he will be on his own, reassures Leof that they are a team and will always come to his aid. A novel concept for Leof, who is very much used to relying on only himself. The four of them, along with some ranchers and horses, then set the trap in the open field and wait. And wait. And wait. For 3 weeks and 1 day they wait, all the while learning more about each other, the town, and themselves. Leof teaches Baxter a few spells as well as regaling him with stories of great sorcerers, such as the ancient wizard Adelaire. Elvia spends more time with Tilly and her baby, hoping in some way to find more clues about the father's whereabouts. Mosu enjoys her time in the surrounding nature of the small town and with the families who reside in it. After a long wait, the Griffins finally show up one midday and the action begins. The plan to lure them there with the horses works and the ranchers safely retreat along with their livestock. Unfortunately, just as their worries were warranted, the Griffins seem to be more powerful than expected. Elvia strikes one down with ice, slowing its actions. All frosted and feathers and shit. Leof and Baxter are caught in a tree together, not faring well, but each trying to save the other regardless. Mosu holds her ground against a griffin one-on-one, but is eventually struck down. Elvia shows her true elven warrior side to the griffins and defeats one, shooting it through the eye. Leof and Baxter get a few good hits to the griffins up in the tree, yet both are wounded and with little energy. They are separated and retreat from their perch. Mosu summons a fiery familiar, to which the fight is handed as she is once again struck and knocked unconscious. Elvia makes her way into the open field and strikes down another griffin, prompting Leof to be very grateful that Elvia is on their side, and tries to make it to her companions to help. Baxter gives one final swing with his long sword, strikes a griffin, and is then struck unconscious in a return blow. Leof makes it close to both Baxter and Mosu, and is able to get a solid hit to a griffin with his crossbow. Mosu's familiar decimates a griffin with fire, and Elvia gives one final blow to the last griffin, ending the fight victorious. Once the action is through, Leof heals both Baxter and Mosu, waking them both, and now time has passed, and they have to decide what to do. End of recap.
Nice recap, Leof.
Very nice.
Before I pick us up 6 days in the future, as you guys are groggily waking up, if you'd like to, scavenge the wastes from these bird carcasses or do something otherwise.
I would like to take a token of some kind. I would like a couple of feathers and a claw if I can get one. If I can't get a claw, I'll be happy with some feathers.
Okay, so I believe the one that was most who picks you up, you're pretty close. The one that is in the tree where you are, I think it's head was slit back, so it's kind of hanging in the tree. Its claws are dangling down. I'd say just give me roll a straight d20 for
Okay.
for your scavenging. I'll say as far as feathers go, you can collect as many as you think you can because they're everywhere. They're literally everywhere. It's as if you guys had a giant pillow fight in the field, and every single.
I only rolled a 4 for that, so I don't think I'm getting any claws.
Well, it is dead, but I say that you you tried to get off the claw. It was like way too hard, so you ended up just like nail clipping the end of its talon with with like the tip of an arrow. So you just have like
Shaving.
it's kind of like the tip of a pencil's worth in a really bad pencil sharpener, so like a really long one.
Sure.
Cool.
And I'll just like
You could
grab some
try again
feathers that
on
are in
some
good
of
shape.
the other ones if you want as well.
Hmm?
There's just 5 bodies, so if you want to try on a different body, like get down from the tree and try on another body, that's fine too.
I would like to at least attempt to have something more than a pencil end's worth of a nail off of one of these things. Just for, hey, we made it. Um, just regular rolls again.
Yeah, just give me a regular roll.
That's a 10.
Okay. You so like obviously it's kind of like, let's see. Actually, it's kind of, it doesn't have. Oh yeah. It's a lion in the back. It's a bird in the front.
Yes.
So, you're able to take off like a whole finger of its bird half.
Cool. I'm content with that.
Okay. Anyone else want to take something?
Is there
Yes.
a bird in front of me next to my
Yeah, Mosu picks you up. So yeah, right in front of you, there's the one that you guys singed. So it's pretty freaking ugly. It's stinky. It doesn't smell like chicken at all.
what can I get from it? Is there anything besides just like feathers and fur?
I mean, like, what do you want from it? Like, I mean, it's a whole ass animal. Like, it's got eyes, it's got a beak, it's got meat, it's got bones, it's legs.
I want a beak.
Like, it's got a lion's tail. Like, what you trying to get, girl?
The lion's tail does it, or does it have a lion feet, or is it bird feet?
It's a lion in the back and a bird in the front.
Is it messed up to want the whole paw? That's pretty big. A paw's pretty big, right?
It's a back. It's a back paw. I mean, like if you want to do it, kind of like
Probably like,
you could do it kind of like instead of like a bunny's foot, it could be your lucky lion's foot. If you want to like cut it off and like chain it up and hang it from your bag or something.
Thinking about doing was to have the paw in my backpack.
I mean, it's gonna be kind of big. These things are like.
Cause I'm big, but I don't know how big I am.
I
think-
believe like even
So
though
I'm
you're
like the-
medium size, like your essence is big size. You got
I have big energy.
you got that big energy.
do it.
Okay, I'm gonna take the paw.
Okay, give me a D20 roll, please.
You got it. Where's my D20? Just a straight one, right? I don't add anything, or do I add like perception or investigation?
If you want to perceive something about it or investigate something about it, you can add the modifiers, but if you're gonna cut off its foot, it's a D20 roll.
Okay, 15.
15? Yeah. So I don't think you have anything sharp with you. So I'm assuming
I have in the herbalism kit clippers.
that's
and-
not gonna be big enough. You're gonna take a rock and you start just slamming off its hind leg until you hear a and like
No.
well probably a couple of them because it's like its back leg, so like a couple more of those and then you like rip its foot free. You'll probably be able to cut it down a little more with tools from the ranchers, but otherwise you have like its back leg, foot intact, whole thing.
Nice.
Um,
Scoreboard.
and as if you weren't covered in blood before, you're really like in it. In it. Okay,
He's rich.
Elvia, you wanted something from these guys?
Yes. Elvie would like to have a memento of her griffin slaying, so she's gonna go ahead and pluck some feathers from the carcasses.
Yeah, I'll say that's easy enough. You guys can literally have as many feathers as you'd like. There's feathers everywhere. There's probably feathers in your hair, feathers in your
Yeah, she wants to put it in her head like a
you're
crown or something.
you looking like a Yankee Doodle dandy.
Yep.
um. So for and then last but not least, Leoff, did you want anything?
Um,
You good?
I think I'm gonna take exactly 10 feathers.
Exactly.
Um, and I'm going to attempt, and this is gonna sound nasty, but it would help us in the future to get a griffin skull.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So
A lot of, chip chopping.
yeah. We're gonna do a couple checks here. First, we're gonna. It should be easy enough. I'd say the one in the tree to get the head off, unless you want to try for one that's already on the ground. Because the one hanging in the tree already has its like throat cut, so it's like halfway done for you. But you'd have to go in the tree and do it.
Okay, I can do that.
All right,
I'm
cool.
small, but I'm wiry.
So we're gonna do this in a few steps. If you could give me an
Okay.
acrobatics roll for you to get up in the tree to this spot you need to be.
21.
21. Oh, yeah. Like learning from Baxter, you got all this adrenaline pumped up from this fight. You're like, I'm going to get me one of those pretty little birdie skulls. Hop, leap, hop. It's like you embody a tabaxi with your skills up in that tree. Um
I
and
can be
now,
taught.
what kind of weapons you got with you?
I have. Oh, let me make my character sheet bigger. I have a crossbow and a rapier. Hopefully.
Rapier. Okay, you're probably going to use the rapier to cut through the rest of the bone and sinew. So I'm going to
If
say
you would like to borrow a short sword or a dagger, I would be willing to let you borrow them for the purpose of chopping off a bird head.
Baxter yells up to you in the tree.
Yes.
Mosu,
Borrow something.
a rock.
Mosu yells
I-
from the other tree.
I'm gonna yell back. I think I'm gonna use the rapier for right now. I think I can pick up your broadsword, but I might take you up on that dagger when I want to get, the head away from the bone.
Okay.
You got it.
So
Thanks, bud.
I think the first check I'll have you do to cut off its head, we'll do straight D20. Let's see if you can cut it. Yeah.
It's a 3.
Okay. So, you're kind of hacking at it with your rapier, but your rapier being more nimble and more finesse, kind of just like anytime it hits this bone part, it kind of just bends a little, like, eh, eh, you could try again if you want. On the other side, I'll say you try on one side, you can try it on the other
I'll
side.
try it again.
Yeah.
I'm determined. A 12.
Okay. So, yeah. I see with the 12, you're able to hack at it enough times that the bone was already like disconnected. It was really just like some of the meaty bits holding it together. You whack through that, and the head kind of just goes plunk 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 down the few branches that were there. We'll say you got down as easily as you got up. If you'd like to get the skull from it, I will say you can use a dexterity check to kind of like cut away at the flesh and like peel it off and back. Um, Otherwise, you might like your other option. I would say is to like take the head back to the ranch and like boil it off of the
Okay,
bone.
I'm going to try to remove the skull right now, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Um, so I'm going to look at Baxter and be like, I can use the dagger now.
Yep. And I pull out one of my daggers and I hand it hilt first to Leof, and then I just kind of flop on the ground because I'm still a little gross and bloody and like winded from, near death. So I'm just going to sit and watch this happen.
Oh yeah, so before you hop down, I'd like everyone, since you've all kind of been investigating one of these, to give a perception check.
Oh,
Everyone give a perception check.
Perception.
Yes, please.
Perception.
15.
Okay.
I was so close to a nat 20, but it wasn't. It's a 26.
Okay.
A 7.
Oh, wait. This is prior to level up stats, right?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
A 7, a 17,
Yeah.
a 26,
15.
15, 26. Elvia, what was yours?
18.
18? Okay. So, let's see. Yeah. Mosu notices that, like, from being at the back end of it, cutting its legs off and dealing with that, hers looked like a boy. I'm gonna say that. Leof has no idea, kind of like any other details about their bird. This is like whatever. Elvia notices that the one that she was plucking feathers from looks like much more rounded in the belly area, and
Ooh.
like maybe you walked up behind it when you were going to pluck some feathers, and kind of in its haha areas, you see like the crowning of sort of this eggshell color coming out of its badonkadonk.
Oh dear.
Can we raise a griffin, guys?
And Baxter, you don't notice anything too intense about yours like that as well. Okay, yeah. That's what you guys notice.
Are we raising a griffin?
Are we doing what?
I.
Griffin.
Say I for yes and nay for no.
I.
I'm still looking over this like head being like, what's happening?
I
Well,
think.
we gotta do this quickly or the baby's gonna die.
Oh,
What?
what?
Right?
Things are happening so fast right now. Just turns around holding giant griffin head. What is happening?
The baby. There's a baby?
A baby. Who said anything about a baby?
Do we have to give it a massage to get the egg out?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Really? Eggs?
Where do I push?
I'll help you. Can I help Elvia get the egg out?
Oh yeah, so I'll say you guys can try to do nature to get the egg out. As far as Leof, if you're getting off that skin, I'll say do
I rolled.
a
Sorry.
add your survival to that roll.
Okay.
What do I roll?
Both of us roll nature.
Yes.
Nature. Okay.
I
Say
got-
because you're helping each other, you can have advantage.
17.
17? Alright, you're able to peel back. Like, you're able to get the dagger under that last layer of skin and all of the things that connect it. And you, like, peel it off. Kind of like a clementine. from the skull. But the eyes are connected to a different spot than that, so they kind of just stare at you while you're peeling its skin off.
I
I am
got a
making
20.
this face, by the way, as this is happening.
So Mosu, what was your role?
A 21 because you gave us advantage. It was going to be a 5, but
And
Oh, let
Elvia?
me do that again. I gotta roll one more time.
Sure.
First roll is better. 20.
Okay, a natural 20.
Nope, dirty.
A dirty 20. Okay, so I'll say, like, how you guys do it is, like, you kind of, Elvia slides her hand sort of in and around the egg
Well,
while,
I
like,
mean, if you wanna say it's like a cow, you put your hand up the butt and
well,
help coax it out that way.
the egg is already crowning right there. So,
Oh,
like, you're
okay.
kind of there to catch the egg while Mosu kind of works pushing it, like, kind of like getting the rest of the toothpaste out of the toothpaste.
like a
So yeah, Mosu's there, like, massaging the rest of the toothpaste out, and
Oh,
without it it comes out into your arms. This big egg. It's like the size of a beach ball. It's kind of big. It's the size of a beach ball. So there's your egg. Leoff, are you doing
Can
anything about
I?
those eyes?
I'm gonna try and like take the dagger, just kind of like poke them out.
Oh
I'm
God. Ew.
gonna do like the other end of the dagger so it doesn't like pop. I'm trying to just like push them out a
You want help with that?
little bit. Yeah, this is really gross, even
I'm
for
just
me.
gonna.
And just like boba tea bobas, they like and like juice runs out.
I was,
Oh my goodness. Oh,
I
oh
was
my
just gonna
goodness.
reach in with like my claws and like sever the optic nerve and like pluck them out that way.
You can get the rest of it out like that.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
She already
Just like
popped them, so they're like saggy little things, and you clip that out and clean it up for her.
I'm
Uh,
just like that sort of tired, like, yep, doing this, like carve them out and flop them to the side and just kind of wipe my hand on the grass a little bit and kind of lean back, like, yep, this is
uh,
how the day's going.
Thank you.
yeah. So
Thank you.
I'd say
You're
mostly
welcome.
that's probably like the rest of your energy really getting that out because you kind of just went down. And even though you were resurrected per se, you guys are feeling really beat. Um, Elvia, you do have the egg in arm, and after the commotion of all the birds have died down, you know, Lucas kind of hung back to watch from as far as away as he could, and he notices that you guys are kind of collecting yourselves, and him and the horses, the horses, come come back up to greet you guys and make sure that you're all right. This is where I will flash forward the next 6 days. I'll say for Baxter and Mosu, they really wanted you guys to take care of yourselves and rest and get better because you went down. And I'll say, fighting these griffins was, they're very vicious creatures. And so, like, your wounds took some more time to heal up, and they had you stay with another family that you haven't been introduced yet. And while you're staying there, you get to learn their names. It is these three sisters. They are the Brooks sisters. The oldest is Elizabeth, and the middle child is Nina, and the youngest is Rain. You both have been like put up in Rain's room. They moved it around, and they've been calling it the infirmary the last 6 days. It'd be best if you stayed here rather than with the big family, the Thrums, I think their name is, because it's quieter here. There's room for you two. If Elvia and Leof wanted to stay with the the big dwarf family, you were also more than welcome. But there's not as much room here for you guys because it's just kind of a 3-bedroom house, and
I love big families, so I'll stay with the dwarves.
yeah.
We'll hang. I'll tell them stories.
The oldest of the Brooks sisters, Liza is her nickname, has little knowledge in healing, so that's why they kind of left you with her, just in case you guys needed a little extra TLC. And it is now the 6th day from the Griffin fight. It is an early morning, and Lucas has gathered all 4 of you together in the infirmary, and he
Can we
begins.
replenish our hit points?
Yeah, so you can count this as a long rest.
Okay.
You've taken a long rest now. If you've leveled up, make sure you have that accounted for. You should be at the appropriate level. And Lucas starts. Listen, I know it isn't much, but this is what we've gathered as a community. Go give you, to give you, and of course, the payment we left with the guild. Lucas hands you a signed statement of a completed work order. And he's like, when you give this to Gurnicki or Gurmir, they'll give you your cash reward. And he hands you 3 items. And he goes, Old Man Mead thought you guys really could have used this. He gives you a set of brewer's tools. It's like he thought you guys seemed like you really know a thing or two about something and would like it.
I'll hang on to that, guys.
Works for me.
He hands you a ring that he pulls out of a little pouch. And he goes, this is from the Thrum family. That's the family of dwarves. Since they've traveled plenty, it's just been taking up some space, and they'd love to see it get put back to use. It is called a Ring of Free Action. So I believe the Ring of Free Action doesn't cut your walking speed if you're walking in more difficult terrain. Maybe something else as well. And from a pouch on his side, he pulls out a potion of speed and 2 potions of healing. The healing potions were made by the Brooks sisters to help you with your recovery on your future travels. And
Who wants to take? Well, brewer's tools, Leoff. That makes the most sense. I'm not pretty good with ale.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Who wants to wear rings? I don't think my fingers would fit with a ring. Albia, do you want to wear the ring?
Oh, I love me some jewelry. Oh, I'm
Master,
sorry.
like a potion
Yes, I would love to wear said ring.
I don't know that I have much need for a potion of speed, but I wouldn't mind one of the potions of healing to carry with me, since I can't really do that on my own.
Yeah, and I already have 1 potion of healing, so if you wanted to take that, maybe the speed will come in handy when I decide to do some Furbolg sprints.
Someone else want the other potion, since I think... Olivia,
Yes,
do you want to have that other one
yes,
just in case?
yes. I have a trouble healing as well.
Right.
I have my staff, so I'm pretty set.
Okay.
At least, as long as it recharges.
Yeah.
Mm.
All
Well,
right.
thank you, Lucas, for these gifts, and I know that we didn't really get all the griffins, but it was really fun while it lasted.
We got at least 90% of them, I'd imagine. Hopefully.
And we really do appreciate it, and it means a lot to us. And I hope we won't be seeing them again soon. But if they do come, at least we're a little more prepared than we were before.
Yes.
Can everyone give
You
me
can
a
always
perception check?
Oh, jeez.
Shown.
17.
16 for Elvia.
What was Mosu's?
What's 8 plus 7?
15?
15.
15 plus 25.
I almost
And
forgot
I rolled
the
a
question.
14.
A 14? So I'll say, like, pretty much everyone can hear gathering outside. You hear kind of like a little bit of a hubbub, like a hear ye. So I don't know if you guys want to like go
Like
out.
fancy people? Like not our normal people?
Are we having...
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna look up at Lucas and be like, did you have any hand in gathering that crowd out there, or?
He's
Were
like,
you expecting any?
No, actually. He's like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is about. Hear ye!
Is there a window in this room? Are we like upstairs, downstairs?
Yeah, you're in an upstairs room. There's a window.
Can I look out the window and see if I recognize everybody that's out there?
Yeah, sure. You see the farm the ranchers kind of gathering around this small kind of like a young man dressed in kingdom court attire, as
Ooh.
you've seen before, and as because you open the window, you can hear more clearly. He announces himself as a courier of the Kingdom Court, and he says, I come with news from the Kingdom Court. The old gods are dead. It is to be known that by the king's order, today marks the official day that the entire kingdom will now serve the god Leiraz, a god of light and cleansing. A worship has already been implemented in the chapel that resides betwixt the ranch and farmlands. All citizens of court will be required to attend the lighting ceremony, igniting on the morrow at dawn. And then, like, you see him, like, he brought his own little crate, and you see him step off the crate, pick it up and dismantle it, and, like, go back to where he came from.
Baxter's just kind of gonna lean against the wall and groan like, oh my god, really?
Sue's already out the door once she thought there was a party and just standing there very confused. And asked the person next to
just like,
what's a god?
Elvia. Sorry.
I'll say that the small children that you've gotten to know, probably like Lucas Hilderstern's kids, look up to you and explain a little bit. I'd say they gotten to know you a little bit, and they say, it's like your spirit bear.
Oh.
But we can't see ours. Or ever.
Well, that's odd, isn't it?
Yeah, but now we have a new one. Yay!
Fun.
And they kind of just look like, I don't know, they said it's dead.
I guess that's how
Leon
life
is just like shaking his head, like, these damn rich people.
Baxter's just kind of in the same boat, and he pats Lucas on the shoulder and kind of leans in, and he's like, I wish you all the best of luck with this, whatever your beliefs are, friend, because... yeah.
Oh, guys, I'm so excited over this lighting ceremony. What colors do you guys think it's going to be? I'm talking to the children.
And they're like, I hope it's blue. I hope it's pink.
I hope it's green, red, and red, and red like blood.
Good. Okay.
And then they keep repeating, like blood, like blood, like blood, as they run around you in circles, pretending to, like, cut you with their hands.
And then I'm going to pretend like I'm shadow boxing with them.
Okay, you guys, what do you want to do?
Where is this griffin egg that I'm assuming we brought back with us?
I think it's still with me, Elvia.
Okay, yeah, Elvia, how have you been taking care of it for the last 6 days?
Well, Elvia doesn't quite know all the things that go into uh, hatching this egg, but she does know that it needs to be protected, um, not being dropped. So she's had it in the center of her bed, keeping vigilant eye over it and making sure it keeps warm.
How?
So she like wrangles all of her blankets and pillows and kind of builds like a very teeny tiny nest for it and fits it in the center, draping her blankets and whatnot. Keep she does have some cold magic, so she keeps the cold away from it. Make sure she
Okay.
doesn't do any magic around it. She's also whenever she has to rest, she um kind of just meditates and keeps vigilant eye over the egg like it's her like baby a little bit.
Cute. Um,
Adorable.
okay, so you asked her about her egg.
Do, do,
Do you
do.
have any
I'm
follow-up?
checking my notes to see if I would have known anybody that I could ask, have sent a message to in Cliveton. I don't know if any of my. Oh, well, no. I don't know if
I'm gonna
that.
run
Uh,
back inside to the group and I'm gonna be like, guys, did you hear about the lighting? Can we go?
Well, Elvia kind of just huffs and says, um, calls them upstarts, calls the king upstart. She goes, um, upstart has no respect for the traditions.
Um,
yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm not really allowed in temples anymore,
What's a
so
temp?
probably where they'd have the ceremony. I mean, you guys can go.
Oh, it's like a big house for ceremonies.
sort of. It's a
Yes.
building generally where people can go to worship and pay homage to their god of choice.
Oh, like a spirit tree.
I guess. I'm assuming that's similar.
Yes,
Um,
but a building, a really big one.
Can we go look at it at least, even if we don't believe in their things?
sure.
It
I
might be.
I don't mind. Sure, why not? Um,
Did did this courier like just say the announcement and leave, or did this courier also bring like news? You know, like different wanted posters and stuff.
Nope, he just said his piece and he left.
Sweet.
um, so Madam DM, um, I don't. We never went over how well I did or didn't know the magic shop owner, um, in the Kingdom of Court. Um, would they be someone that I would be able to like send a message to ask about the Griffin egg, or would I be better off asking somebody from the sneak peek? You think?
Um,
Because I feel like over the 6 days, I like the Griffin egg. I don't know how to take care of it. But if the group is set on taking care of it, I'd like to make sure we can make sure it doesn't eat us when it hatches.
it's kind of up to you on what you decide how, like, if seeing as Leof is teaching you more about magic, I'd say that you probably didn't learn as much from the store owner.
Uh huh. Um. Then
Just enough to get curious.
yeah, and I would say I might have sent a note because I'm assuming they get some kind of mail or something back and forth. Someone I could give some gold or some coin to, like while I was healing, to take a message back to Cliveton. Um,
As you know, actually, you kind of heard Lucas mumbling about it a time or two that there seems to have been more foot traffic through from the Kingdom Court than is normal. Which, from that, I'll say, from that courier, you may perhaps deduce that maybe it was from setting up the new place of worship. But he did say, oh boy, it looks like we're getting a lot more in and out than usual.
Better out than in, I always say.
So I probably
Hi,
could have
Mosu.
like if I was gonna write a letter to somebody, I could have had someone deliver it to Cliveden since it's like a day's travel away.
It's something like that, yeah.
Maybe. If so, I would have tried to send a note to the bartender Anita at the sneak peek just to see if she knows anybody. Because I don't know that we're necessarily like close, but I've been in there enough that I know her name.
Okay.
Just because I was just trying to look for like someone to get in touch with who would know about this egg so that I could help my new friends keep it alive.
Yeah, that could work. I mean, you are with ranchers.
But
I get that they don't ranch, but if you wanted to ask them what they knew.
I would definitely ask like the folks like here at the ranch, but I don't know if they knew anything about griffin eggs specifically.
Okay. Mosu, it looked like you said something, but I didn't hear anything come out.
Oh, I was just like, well, Baxter, if you send a letter like that, are they gonna get back to us before we're like out skis on our next adventure?
Well, she would have sent it while you were recovering.
Yeah, because we were here
Oh,
for like the 6
mail,
days.
mail
Yeah.
quick here in Maine. I don't know how quick mail travels by foot or however it travels here.
Well, if nothing else, I could have sent the letter and it would have gotten to Anita because you're only you're generous 2 days to get there. But that was all I was asking. Is maybe you have any information about that sort of stuff.
Yeah, if you want to take out like, I'd say like 5 silver pieces, and you can just like DM me on here what you would have written in it. I'll say that you probably would have been able to send it along with some of the quartz guard that's been coming through.
Okay. All right. I will send you a message.
Sure. So that would have happened earlier in this week. The courier came, delivered his message, and left. Is there anything you guys are feeling? As far as Baxter and Mosu, you guys are feeling much better. More of your shallower wounds have healed up completely, but as far as your like deeper wounds and gashes, they're feeling a lot better than they were. I mean, you guys feel it 97%, I'd say.
All right.
I think to answer Mosu's question of can we go see the new temple or place of worship, I'm gonna be like, we can, but to be honest, they're not that interesting. I mean, I've been in a fair few of them, and I mean, if you're not really that interested in the god that's worshipped there, to be honest, it's doesn't hold much meaning.
So it won't be an adventure then.
If you like reading, you might be an adventure.
Yeah.
But
We won't see
other than that,
like or any new things. Could we go find a pirate? Wait. Should we go take our order thing back? We also had another thing we have to do. We have so much to do, guys. What are we gonna do?
we have.
I would recommend us at least stopping back in at the New Dawn to get our stuff squared away.
I do like money.
Yeah, it's helpful.
I think that's a good idea. So we'll go back to the place where we started and get money for it.
Yeah.
I concur.
Let's do it. Let's not go near any temples ever.
Peace out, Boy Scouts.
We shall not support these cultist upstarts.
Yeah, what she said. That's why I'm super into that.
Before we leave, Baxter is 100% saying goodbye to the kids.
Oh.
Ferdinand and Cosette and the younger of the dwarf family. Just, one last, like, hug goodbye, listen to your parents sort of thing.
I'm gonna leave all of the kids some little paper cranes and turtles for them all to play with.
Aw.
All right, and then does that mean you guys are ready to head off? You're packed up.
Peace out.
Many of the townsfolk that you've gotten close with come out to greet you and say goodbye as you head back north towards the main port town of this isle, Cliveton. As you're heading, I'll say that you leave. I mean, that was like early morning. He had met you guys. So this is kind of like mid-morning. Are you leaving before lunch or after lunch, do you think?
Probably after breakfast, right?
Yeah, I would say probably after breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you leave
So
before
between.
lunch.
Yes.
And you head off north. It's a little different this time because there's been more foot traffic. Travel is a bit quicker. You're not running into dwarves in bushes or twig blights or gnolls over bridges. But
Bridge Knolls.
as you do go, so the last part before this was the backtracking, if you will. There was the break off point where you went towards that cave. You travel on through that towards the bridge where the knoll was, and I think it is about here where you do see some travelers coming. If you guys can give me all perception checks.
Yep.
Oh, 4. Leo sees nothing.
18.
Oh, this new math is really hard. New numbers. 23.
Okay, 23.
9.
An 18, a 9, and what was Leoff's?
4.
4. Okay, so Leoff and Alvia, you don't notice, but Baxter and Mosu do notice it's just 2 travelers in dark black robes with their hoods all the way over. And between Elvia and Leoff, you guys don't really care or notice. But as you're passing by each other, it seems like, you guys keep walking, but Baxter and Mosu notice that once you've gotten past each other, you turn back and you don't see them anymore at all.
Oh, I'm not sure I like that.
Where did they go?
I don't...
What, who? What? What's up?
Well, there were these 2 people. They were like, walk, creepy. Turn around, and they're gone.
Oh, they're gone?
Yeah. They, flew away into air.
Well, they're just gone.
We can
You
find
know
them.
what? No, you know what? Let's ignore it and walk away.
I'm alright with that.
But what if they need help?
I really
don't think they do.
doubt it. If they can disappear on a whim, I think they're
What
probably
if
okay.
there's this thing that we do back in the clan when we really like someone? We act like we don't like them and we kind of distance ourselves in a way of teasing them to come towards us. Maybe they disappeared to tease us to come and see them.
Well, I personally don't like playing games. If people are interested, they should just say so. So I'm not interested in their
But sometimes saying those things is really, 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 really hard. It could change everything.
I
You're not
live my
wrong.
life. I just, I don't mess with people, and then they don't mess with me. So if they want to, they can go do their own thing. I don't really care.
I'm interested in getting back to the New Dawn so we can get our gold and carry on from there.
Okay.
Okay, we'll commit
Well,
this to memory.
kind of drag their feet a little bit as they continue forward.
Also, just
Baxter's just kind of gonna pat her on the arm like a there, like, maybe next time.
to get a visual, Elvia, I want to know how you are transporting this egg.
All right. So we kind of seen those videos before where the babies get swaddled with like the long piece of like fabric. So we're gonna do the same thing with the egg. So we're gonna wrap it, and we're gonna like almost kind of like bundle it up. So no matter what happens, even if we jostle it, it's not gonna slip out. So then what we're gonna take the last two ends of the fabric, and we're gonna backpack it, make it a backpack on the chest. So it's
Okay.
crisscrossed in the front, tie it around the waist, go back to the front, and then double tie it with a knot that doesn't come undone. So the baby's on the back,
Is that on
and
the back or the front?
actually the front. Yeah, the
Okay.
front.
Okay.
The baby's on the front. Baby's on the front. You're right. Baby's on the front, like almost right underneath the chin. Alvia is thankfully like 6 feet tall, so like think of like a I don't know.
Yeah, it's a beach
like
ball
like
size.
huge boobs on the chest, but right there, sitting. So if she ever wants to tell its story, she can just put her chin down on top of its like eggs, like point. Just
A very big baby belly.
very big chest, baby belly.
It's not a tumor.
I'll just carry the skull of its dead relative.
I just got the paw dangling from the backpack. Sometimes when I feel lonely, like when they didn't want to do it, I just give it a high five. I just high five my paw.
You're high fiving what?
My griffin paw.
Oh, I thought you were high fiving the baby. I was like, what?
Oh no! I've named the
Busted.
I've named
Scrambled
the
eggs.
griffin skull Clarence. So if you ever hear me referring to Clarence, it's the griffin skull.
Gotcha.
Okay. So it becomes midday after you've crossed over that bridge, and you start nearing. Don't look at my maps. You start nearing an edge of forest where you hear this kind of animalistic crying out, like.
Can I use? Wait, like is that like a painful yelp?
I don't know.
Like it's hurt?
Perceive.
I don't know. It
What do
kind
you
of cut out a
perceive?
little bit.
May I also do a perception check to see if I recognize the sound or can determine
Yeah,
if
of
it is?
course. Whoever wants
And
to
me
do
as well.
perception. Yeah.
You said perception.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I got a
Oh,
whole
wait,
5.
Oh my gosh, why am I struggling? 13.
You said a 5?
A whopping 5.
5, 13, another 5,
12.
2 5s.
Yeah,
And
2
a
5s.
12 and a 13. I'll say Baxter and Mosu, you guys know that it sounds well, okay, I'll say Mosu knows for a fact that it is the sound of a hurt bear. Baxter, you know that it sounds like an animal and it might sound like it's hurt, but you don't know that it's a bear. Elvia and Leof, you guys think it's a cat.
So as soon as I register that it's a bear, I'm gonna run towards the sound, and as I'm going towards it, I'm gonna, because I have like limited communication
Is this your
with.
furbug sprint?
No, I'm not like a full sprint.
I'm kidding.
But I'm just gonna kind of go over in that direction, and then I'm gonna say, "Are you all right?" Like, I'm gonna check in on the bear.
Did you say you cast speak with animals or no?
No, just furbolgs have speech of beast and leaf, so I can. So animals can understand what I say, but I can't understand them.
Okay, great. So, you yelled that out, and you hear like the whimpers come even more and more frequently, like.
Baxter just kind of like, and there she goes. Okay.
I guess we should follow.
Yeah. Elvia, how about you stay at
Oh,
the back so that we don't end up with scrambled eggs?
Lols.
And yeah. I'm gonna follow after Mosu carefully. I'm not like stampeding up behind her. I'm walking behind her safely at a distance.
I'm gonna walk behind Baxter once again, using Baxter as like a furry shield.
We've been around each other long enough now that I'm totally cool with it.
That doesn't sound right, but I get
it. I'm just like right under your arm, but always. And I think at this point, it's just the norm.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll like, curl a tail and like poke at your arm or like ruffle your hair with my claws a little bit. Like, not to scratch, but just to be like, yep, let me fix that for you. Because you're right about at the height to do that.
I think I'm right at like arm height.
Yeah. I am over a foot taller than you.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Do I see the bear? I'm going to see where the bear is.
Okay, yeah, you run ahead and through the trees. This is very thick, dense part now. It's getting more forested the deeper you go, and you hear the sounds getting louder. And as you get deeper and deeper into the wood, behind, like, you're kind of like running in, kind of like on a mission. It's a Mosu on a mission, and then you stop. You look to the left, and between a thicket of trees is a bear trap, and the bear has its foot stuck in it, and when it sees you, it at first it kind of like blocks something. Can you give me a perception check?
2 plus 7 is 19.
You kind of, tilt your head around and you peer, and you see that it's shielding its baby bear.
Oh my goodness! You poor thing! Who could have done to you?
And it's whimpering out even more. You kind of see it because you came and it was trying to like protect the little baby. It pulled on the chain that its foot is latched into, and cries out or whatever a bear sounds like in a bear trap.
Oh my goodness. Can I have I'm gonna pause for 1 second and ask a mechanic question.
Okay.
So my wildfire spirit can transport creatures of its choice within its thing, within 15 feet of it. Could it transport it out of the trap? Is my question.
No. It could transport the bear one spot to another, but not out of a trap. The trap is like on its leg.
Okay.
Like the trap would come with it.
Okay. Unpause my mechanic question. I don't know how in-depth this trap is. Oh my goodness. I'm going to say I'm so sorry. Do you want let me help you?
It kind of like You see it kind of like bow a little to you when you say that, keeping like
Um,
its body long and its baby behind it.
okay.
And you guys are following along.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say I'm probably at the front of the pack. I'm not like right up behind Mosu, but I'm like within a decent distance, but I'm not like crowding up close.
Well, she ran like ahead. So unless you
Yeah,
guys
I
were
would
also running, were you guys also
Yeah.
running to keep up?
I would say I would be jogging. I'm
Okay.
not sprinting after her.
Okay.
I feel
what
like
is
their
this
version of a
crap?
jog, though, is like sprinting for me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably sprinting.
Yeah.
Elvia's gonna hang back.
Way back. Got it.
Yeah, just because she's on the defensive. Because she's got the egg, so she's like,
True.
whatever's there, I gotta
Um,
think about baby first.
what is the trap made of? Can I see if I can figure
Steel.
out what
You look.
steel?
You look at it, and somehow your steely fur bug senses tingle.
Okay. I would like to try to undo the trap.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
But before I do that, I'm going to say by the light and cast guidance on myself. By the spirit of the bear, cast guidance on myself.
Okay. What does that do?
I get an extra D4 on any ability check of my choice.
Okay.
So what am I rolling? Sorry.
Strength.
Strength check.
I
You
mean, I
got it.
guess you could tell me how you want to try and figure this trap out.
Oh no, I got a natural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
So, you go up to the bear and you see
It was the bear. It had to be the bear. That's why it became a nat 20.
it's meek. It's like worried, and you come up to it. You kind of keep your distance. You put your hands on either side of those claws, and you grit your fur bulb teeth, and you go. And you hear it until you do that until that whole thing snaps back open. You actually break the trap, so it cannot be reset, and the bear is able to kind of like scooch itself back and out of it, and the little baby bear comes, and they're both kind of licking the bloodied paw.
How
And
damaged?
as after you've done that, Baxter and Leof can see your back. I don't know if you guys walk all the way up or not.
Once
And
she's within sight, I'm just gonna be like, everything okay up there?
Everything is not okay. Some savage decided to trap this poor bear.
so you can see, because you're sitting right in front of it, that it went real deep. I mean, like the claws to it on either side were 4.5 inches, so it really clamped in there. It's very deep, kind of gushing blood. The blood is all matted into its fur down by its paw.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on it.
Okay, go ahead.
And so I place first I'm gonna say, I think I can help you, and I'm gonna place my hand on the bear. Hopefully it's not resistant towards me. And as I do, it starts to smolder a little bit, and then it kind of like, what is the word I'm trying to come up with? When you take a thing and
You cauterize it?
Yeah.
yeah, I cauterize the wound. And
You've never seen shock on a bear before, but by golly, does it look shocked. And the little bear looks even more excited, and kind of, you know how there's videos of like baby goats? Well, it starts kind of like hopping around like a baby goat, and like kind of like all around you, and like nuzzling your legs, and kind of like head butting into your calves.
also it heals the bear 9. from casting it. I don't know how many hit points it took, but
I'll say that does it. It's like completely healed. And you hear it kind of like growl in relief, like.
I'm just gonna like pet the bear, and then the one that's like jumping around, I'm gonna like kind of play with it a little bit until, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
So you guys stopped just shy, kind of asking out, and as like Mosu steps back, you see her playing with a baby bear, a little baby brown bear.
At this point, I don't even think I'm surprised.
We're like rolling around on the ground.
Baxter's just shaking his head and kind of leans up on one of the trees with his arms crossed and like watches her because he's like, yeah, no, this is fine.
I'm just blown away by like the 10 out of 10 cuteness happening at this moment.
I also yell back to Elvia and let her know that it's okay, that like she can come closer.
Elvia, you gotta see this.
Is it safe?
As safe as it's gonna be, I think we're good.
All right.
I'm gonna kind of look at the bear and I'm just gonna be like, are there any others? Other traps or problems? Or are you alone?
Okay. The bear goes.
Oh, well, that's quite the story, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can gather
look
what
around.
you can from that.
Can I look around and see if there's any other bears in the vicinity or any other traps in the vicinity?
Oh, sure. Give me a roll. An
Uh,
investigation roll, that is.
investigation 15.
From where you are now, I'll say you kind of scout about the area looking for similar things like that. You find one other. You do find one more.
Trap
Mm-hmm.
or bear? Trap?
A twap.
A twap. It's a twap.
What's your trap?
Baxter, are you good with traps? I guess I could just rip it like I did the other one, but do you know how to unsecure traps? Does anyone know how to unsecure a trap?
I'm going to look on the ground for a decently sized stick. Something like this big around,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
a couple feet long.
I see, because you're in the middle of the woods, you find it.
I'm going to take this stick, go over to where Mosu is and be like, this trap here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stab the stick into the center of it.
Okay, give me a dexterity roll.
I don't know how big it is. I should have probably specified how long I wanted that stick to be, huh? Dex. Just a straight dexterity.
Oh, yeah.
17.
17? Yeah. You hit your mark. You thwack it where you needed to thwack it.
Cool. So now that it's activated the trap and presumably crunched the stick in half and it is now no longer set, we're like, I say we dig it up out of wherever it's anchored and just take it with us.
Can I also like walk over and like look at it, see if I can see, like do an investigation check, see if I can see like who made it, if there's any like identifying markers on it.
Sure. Give me an investigation check, and Baxter, if you're trying to dig out the anchor, I'll say, I say you can dig around, but to get the anchor out is probably, you're gonna probably pull it out. So give me a strength check.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
16 for investigation.
17 for strength. That is the best strength roll I've rolled all campaign.
I'll say you yeet, and you yeet it right out of the ground. It wasn't easy, and you're covered in dirt. And actually, as you yeet it out, I'll say like the chain like flings over your shoulder, and you kind of spray Leof behind you with a bunch of dirt, just as they
Hmm.
pop up to tell you that lo and behold, I have investigated it, and dirt.
I kind of
Look
like
what I found.
I take the trap in one hand and like have it dangling, and I just like brush the dirt up. Actually, hang on, hang on. I can fix this. I can fix this. I
Just like,
use
uh,
I
eh.
use my prestidigitation cantrip to clean wherever the dirt has stuck to Leof, because I'm assuming that after my brushing, there's probably just like his. I'm gonna focus on it like his face, and
Yes.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation to clean that area
Oh,
of the
that
dirt
is
that I have. I'm just kind of like
very kind of you.
gonna rest my paw
Mhm.
like kind of like half on his face, just like there you go, like sort of half on the
Look,
forehead, but it's like kind of covering your face a little bit.
you're just gonna like hear. You're gonna be like, "Thanks, bud."
You're welcome. Sorry about that. Anyway,
So,
what were you gonna say?
Leof, you notice that these don't have any kind of like trademark names on them. Uh, like I'll say it looks to you like they're dwarven made, just by the nature of it being made of steel. Um, but it's definitely not homemade because the mechanisms look pretty like good, too good to be homemade. Uh, Probably store bought, but they don't have any sort of labeling on them.
Um, so I'm gonna tell them that it's like all that it's probably Dwarven made, most likely store bought. So other than that, I mean, anyone could have these out here.
Yeah, so something mass produced that anyone could have bought wherever these things are sold.
Why would they want to take the bear though? Don't you see how sweet they are? And as like I do that, I'm like,
There are people though who want animals for their fur, for their meat, for any number of things. A lot of people make their living that way.
in such an inhumane way.
Well,
They don't even do it by their own hands. They let a machine do it. They don't even really see what they're doing.
That's why they
unfortunately,
do it.
Sometimes I miss the woods.
it's understandable.
I'm gonna just kind of give the bears another hug, and I'm gonna just say, uh, "Be careful out there."
And like when you were sitting there talking to them, the baby bear fell asleep on your leg, so you're gonna have to wake it up to leave.
Okay. So to wake it up, I'm going to, as it's laying there, I'm going to slowly have the leaves start rustling around. I'm gonna cast Druidcraft. I'm gonna have the leaves rustle around and then kind of just start blowing in the area, and then I'm just gonna sing it a little wake up tune in my native tongue. That is the song of the bear that we sing in autumn, uh, as a welcoming into a night's path.
I can't wait to hear the song.
Sing us a song.
Imagine a beautiful song. Shelalach, delatak. And that's how I wake it up.
Okay, sounds good.
Baxter is carefully away from Leof, gonna knock the rest of like the dirt clods and everything off of the chain and anchor point of this trap, and I'm gonna kind of stuff it in my pack because even if we don't use it, we could probably sell it to somebody.
Yeah, go ahead and add a bear trap to the pack. And I'll say that, you guys left, excuse me, late morning before lunch. I'll say this was about past midday. If you go back out of the woods and onto the trail, um, you're not going to make it to Cliveton tonight. You'll have to rest and stop soon. But um, it's about like early, yeah, like mid afternoon now. Yeah. By the time you get back onto the road after doing all that, you're investigating and stuff. If you want, we can take a short 5-minute human break or 10-minute human break if you guys feel like you want it now.
Sure.
That sounds great.
Okay, we'll be back at 8:13. Wahoo! Woohoo! time for some.
Woo!
Okay, so you guys exit the forest and you continue heading north. Um, can I get perception checks,
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
everyone?
Sweetly.
I was not. I'm so distracted by the bears. I rolled an 11, and I have a +7 on perception. Like that's really low for having such a high.
I got a
18.
20. Dirty 20.
I got a 14, which is
Okay.
probably the best one I've had this session.
So
I've been rolling a
Baxter,
little rough this session.
Baxter and Elvia, you guys notice. Elvia, you don't realize that it's the same, like, cloaks as before, but Baxter definitely notices, and you kind of, it looks almost like a shadow, but because you guys rolled so high, you notice not a shadow from like yards behind.
If I notice, like, is the shadow still kind of there, or was it a quick and gone?
It's like a quick, and then it like dipped behind a tree, but like
Um,
enough for you to see that you recognize it as the same robe as before, but because it's black and it was so fast, it's like a shadow.
Is it within 30 feet of me?
No. Further.
No, far enough further behind.
Yeah, like 50.
All right. I'm going to kind of make a show of patting my pockets on my backpack and my pants and be like, "Guys, I think I dropped something. Give me a second." And I'm going to walk back down the path like I'm obviously trying to look for something
Okay.
in the dirt. And as I'm looking, when I get within 30 feet of where I saw the black shadows disappear, I believe in the description it says I can make it invisible, but I would like to cast Mage Hand
Okay.
and try and just have it grope around behind the trees and see if it'll latch onto anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say it grabs something. I don't think that Mage Hand is very strong. So,
No, it's not. I just wanted to
So,
see if I could.
it does grab onto something that, and you can feel an oppositional tug against the Mage Hand.
All right.
Can I, like, walk up while this is going on and be like, oh, you need help, Big Cat, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I lost something here. And when I feel the oppositional tug, I'm gonna say, and you know, our friends over there hiding in the trees could help me look for it too.
Ooh. Big
We have
find.
friends in the trees.
That's, well, whether or not they're friends is gonna be determined by if they continue to hide or not.
Remains to be seen. If we could see them.
Get out
That
here.
is.
Are you roll for intimidation?
Okay. Natural 20.
Okay.
Whatever.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
guy.
Two figures appear from behind the tree. They are still hooded, and they just stand there.
You guys are the disappearing.
You've been
So-
following us. And, you know, this is a well-worn path. There's been a lot of travel, so it's not odd to see the same people twice, but you seem to want to make it a habit to be out of sight while you do it, and I'm not really fond of that. Who are you?
Or what are you?
I'll say just because you rolled a nat 20, they still don't say anything, but they put their hoods down. And Elvia notices right away that the two figures are Jador and Yuchi.
Oh my
You know
god!
these people, Elvia?
Yes, I do. I
Are
may,
they
I may
our
be
friends?
acquainted. Well, to the left, the shorter one, that is Jador. And as she's saying this, all broken up, she's like hugging the egg on her chest a little bit, gently giving it a pat. Um, this is Jador. He is my estranged brother.
And you
And
see when she says that, he looks fucking pissed.
Estranged. Ooh, okay.
Estranged. Elvia, really? You disappear and you call me estranged? What?
and of course,
At this point, Baxter's like,
just because
family.
it's just because Jador called her out, and then he looks at the guy to the right, and this is Yuchi, my brother's lover.
At this point, I'm just like standing next to Baxter, like eating a snack, like,
Jador's jaw drops literally to the floor, and Yuchi's there scrambling like, well, Jador, it's the truth.
Congratulations, guys! Oh my gosh, I love family reunions.
This kind is the best kind.
Not this one, Mosu.
Oh, why?
Is this not? You see, Mosu. I kind of ran away.
Oh, me too.
So are we
just to get away, I unfortunately well, I kind of lied. I wrote a love letter. I signed my brother's name. And then I ran away.
If it wasn't for Yuchi here right now, Elvia, I would be fuming mad at you, but... And then he looks at Yuchi, and Yuchi looks at him, and he goes, but I will contain myself, and he looks you up and down. Healthy. A bit too healthy.
She's like a griffin monster. You should have seen her out there.
His eyes go hella wide, and he said, excuse me? A griffin?
Oh, she's fabulous.
Elvia.
Oh, yes. The griffins. And then before that, brother, we fought bandits. Yes. And then before that, there was trolls. Before the trolls, there was these beasts. The first thing I ever did, I fought beasts. And yes, I almost lost my life too. But I loved every second of it. So don't you dare tell me anything.
His mother and father have betrothed you. It's time to go home.
Baxter's like, oh, absolutely not. And he steps between Elvia and Jador.
I'm gonna go up and be like, so here's the thing. As a group, as we've been traveling to, hi, I'm Leof. Nice to meet you.
Hello, and you look nothing like an elf, so why don't you dabble in anything but elven matters?
Ooh.
You're one of those. All right. So
I didn't create me.
So here's the thing, okay? Whatever. Here's the thing. If Elvia wants to go with you, cool. We'd be really sad. That'd be her choice. If Elvia doesn't want to go with you, which that's the vibe I'm kind of getting here, then we might have a problem.
Yes, I think we would have a problem.
Cool.
Baxter's gonna pull out his short sword, and I'm still standing between Elvia and Jador, and just like dead ass staring him like, yep, try it.
Friend! You're usually calmer than this. Jador, don't you dare hurt my friends. And are you gonna be like mother and father, not to even tell me who this random person is that is now suddenly betrothed to me? Is it this Levi Lau that I've heard before, that I have no idea what happened?
Never in a heartbeat would they betroth you to that dirty, foul thing. Whatever it is or
Is it not
claims
a
to be.
thing?
He looks at you a bit puzzled. And he goes, "What is that?"
I'm Mosu.
I don't think you... Do you, like, come up to put your hand out?
Oh yeah, I'm like,
He retracts.
and I hug him.
He's, okay, we're gonna do an opposing strength rolls.
Okay.
I love it.
Baxter just kind of got like a shit-eating smirk, just like loving the discomfort that's happening here.
Not very good on my part. What is my... Okay. 13.
Okay, he surprised
What could I do that?
by that. You actually grapple him because he isn't able to break out of it, and you hear him really complaining. He's like, "Elvia, you have your friends. Unhand me this instant."
Mosu, please, don't.
Oh, it's just, that's how we welcome family where I'm from. I'm so sorry. A friend of family of Elvia's is family to me.
I don't know that you want in on this particular family tree, Mosu.
Mosu, you unfortunately you have to look at him as a very small but snarling, snapping, hissing cat.
Baxter's almost a little offended, like mildly so. His ears kind of twitch. He stands up a little straighter and kind of like half looks at Elvin. He's like, "You know what? Fair. Okay."
Is the cat's the one like Baxter turned into, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that was really cute.
So Yuchi, it's Yuchi, right?
Very friendly. He goes, "Hello, nice to meet you."
Nice to meet you too. You seem like a guy who, very understanding of love. Love is great, right? You mean you're in love?
And he goes, "You really can't choose who you're in love with. It kind of just happens."
Exactly. And and I can see that the fact that you love this guy, I mean, what a beautiful relationship. I mean, just, man, you gotta be a saint. But, it sounds like that Elvia is really just on her journey to discover what love is. So, don't you think that she should be able to do that?
Yuchi says, "Although I have my own opinions, I don't dabble in the autumn wood business. Even though I might dip my toes in, I do have to say that it's up to Jador if he decides to tell his parents or not in his own time.
Oh.
So I see what you mean, but other than that, I can't force either of them to do anything. If you've ever met Jador, now you know."
He seems
And
stubborn type.
what a healthy relationship you two have. I mean, look at this. You both have your own opinions. You're working things out. You're supporting each other in familial matters. I mean, guys, don't you want Elvia to have that too someday?
He's like,
By
"Well,
her
we've
own choice.
only been official for 2 weeks, to be fair. And
It's your 2-week anniversary, is what you mean.
Jador is having a
Do we have a
conversation
party?
with Elvia, which is like, you know, I can't keep mother and father at bay, and I can't trust any of these people with you.
You can totally trust.
You cannot trust them? How can you not trust them when I trust them?
Because
And let us be honest.
are
How
not
can you
me.
trust me at this very moment, now that I see that you two are finally official?
I
And
don't
you said
trust
it
you,
yourself,
Elvie.
And you said it yourself, good Yuchi, that you have only dipped your toes into Autumnwood business. Is that the only thing that you've dipped in Autumnwood business?
And he kind of just looks up and down at Jador like,
Damn.
You're like, that's kind of the only thing. He's like, Elvia, come on, you know. You know that it took a lot for Jador to come this far.
So did she
a lot for him to come this far? You think this has been easy for me? Especially when my family has pushed me to these lengths to finally have some freedom? Jador, if you do not let me go with my new friends on my adventure to my, hopefully, someday love, then I have no choice but to make the worst choice possible. And that is to tell our parents the truth about both of you.
He looks pissed and he's like, you disappear and I look for you endlessly for weeks at a time without a hint or a clue, not even a note. And you would go and out me? Really, Elvia, that's what kind of sister you are?
I am the type of sister that has brought you two together, despite your gnashing and hissing and downright awful attitude, while simultaneously forcing and purging my own path towards my own happiness, which you, must I point out, was too afraid to do until I finally pushed you. Who's happier now?
Maybe
Me
I'm
and you.
Finally pushing you, Elvia. You're out here gallivanting. What is this egg?
It is my child.
Oh my god.
You think elves can only love elves? Well, this egg is mine. I am its mother.
You can't send me
now
home that
you dare produce me in front of our parents when I bring such shame, and you might as well tell them that I'm dead.
He's like, well, until I can trust any of these, I'm not going anywhere.
Well,
you not to stab us in the back. Literally, like, what kind? Are you just gonna? Elvie, is your brother gonna be a leech, or can I like carry on?
Well, I can tell you this, Baxter. As vicious and as horrible to be around as my brother may be, he is one of honor. He does not like to stab backs. He also knows that if he hurts any of you, which I shall state now, that I shall publicly out him not only to our parents, but to the entire elven community.
That is low.
And that does not just stand with you, dearest brother, but to also your lover, Yuchi. Let's see if either of you ever come back from that shame, which I do not believe is shame at all.
You know what it would mean to our family.
You know what I'm hearing here, siblings? Okay.
Baxter's also putting his sword away at this point because he's like, all right, he's still in the middle acting as barrier, but he's not actively threatening death now.
So take it from one who has an unimaginable amount of siblings. What I'm hearing here, guys, deep down under the surface layer of all this griping, is that you each want the other to find true happiness. I mean, look at this. You made it so that Jador and Yuchi could be together, right, guys? Yeah, true happiness,
Yes.
love, and you just want to make sure she's safe and that we're not just shysters, just stringing her along and giving her an egg. It's adopted, by the way, just so you know.
I'll be the judge of that.
The birth was beautiful.
It was
A bit
gorgeous.
gory.
What I'm hearing here, the root of all this is Karen. Can we agree on that? Karen.
That is true, friend. I do care, and I do love my brother. Though how he has wrapped it in his very small brain that I shall be happy and loved and cared for into some set of marriage, I do not understand. It seems like he might be more selfish than I remember.
See, Jador, she's stated her case. There's love, but she also stated a grievance. What is your response?
Leof, I'm gonna have to get you to give a persuasion roll. A persuasion roll.
24.
Wow. He's like, nothing you said was inaccurate, human. As far as it goes, of course I love my sister, but I'm the only one fit to protect her.
Seems to me she's done a pretty good job of it on her own after leaving home.
I'll be the
Yeah,
judge
those
of
griffins
that.
didn't really stand a chance.
She is still here, breathing in one piece, undamaged, isn't she?
Is she your sister? I didn't think so.
I like to
Jador,
think she's
do
like
not
a
be
sister.
rude.
I'm sorry,
Maybe.
creature. What did you say?
Oh, well, she's like a sister.
Right.
Yes. Thank you, Mosu. You are like my
You're
sister,
welcome.
but I never had. A very big sister, but yes, a sister.
So, Elvia, if you want to tell me or not, I'm still going to follow you wherever you go. Doesn't really matter at this point.
Well, fine then. We have made our own stances, and I know that you are more bark than bite, so I don't believe that you'll hurt my new friends. You may follow us
And
all
I
you
want
like, and you shall see,
I want
you
to
shall
hear
see, new
everything
brother,
about this.
that I can take care of myself the next time a griffin comes, or the next time a bandit seems to spring up. Or how about you follow us all to the our employer, where we shall collect money from succeeding in our first business deal.
Lead the way.
And Baxter's just sort of like, wonderful, and walks off, continuing down the path, kind of just like muttering under his breath to himself, like, should have been bandits. It could have been bandits. Bandits would have been easier to deal with, but racist ass elves. Just like wandering off, muttering to himself the whole time.
Give me a perception check. Everyone.
Everyone give a perception.
Everybody.
18.
Okay.
That is 12.
19.
18, 12, 19. Elvia.
And 6.
Okay.
Further is distracting.
So,
I'm heated.
I'd say because Baxter, you're kind of further away, and because Elvia is heated, you guys, only Leof and Mosu hear Yuchi whispering to Jador, what about the... What happened to all the things we practiced? You were gonna say. And that's what you hear as you guys start to continue going north. Trailing at the furthest back is Jador and Yuchi now. They rehood, but not for any particular reason. As they can, well, I mean, because they're nobles, obviously. As you guys make your way north,
It's getting dark around now, right?
yes, it is getting darker. The sun is going to set soon. Just before it does, Baxter, because you're in the front, in the middle of the thingamabob.
The path?
Yes, the path. That's what those are called. You see 5. No. Yeah, I'll say 5. You see 5 well designed, very expensive swords laying on the ground. No one else is around.
I pause for a second. Like, I don't know how far ahead I am. I'm gonna signal to the group to, like, stop walking. Can I do, like, an additional perception check to, like, see if I see anything in the trees on either side? Like, I'm not touching these things yet.
What was your.
Seems like a trap.
Well, yeah, well, you didn't do a perception check yet. So you
Okay,
should pick one.
Okay, because I want to see if I notice anyone, like, in the trees or in the shrubs, like, off to the side, because this is suspicious to me. It's just, like, they're just laying in the middle of the road.
It's a trick. Dun, 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 dun,
That
dun,
is
dun.
a 13.
You don't notice any people around, any odd breathing or weird shadows or tracks in that matter. Nothing out of
Baxter,
place.
what's up?
There are very suspiciously placed weapons in the road. I wanted to know if I could, you guys happen to see anything in the bushes?
You want me to turn invisible and find out?
If you wouldn't mind, that would be cool, because I think it's awfully suspicious that these well-made weapons are just lying in the middle of the road.
You got it. Mosu turns invisible.
I'm going to pull out my short sword and just have it at the ready.
I'm gonna see this and pull out my rapier. Like,
Okay, and
Here,
Lucy,
big
you
guy.
said you got an 8?
For what? Sorry.
Did you do a
I was just
perception check or no?
Oh, I'll do it right now. 9. I was busy asking him if he was
Six,
invisible.
Joan.
So you, Mosu,
I
as
gotta.
you're going around through the woods, invisible, you don't seem to see anyone around.
I got a 17.
You see pretty much what Baxter saw from where you are. Nothing out of place, no odd rustling of bushes or snapping of branches, no weird shadows.
I'm gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
So I'm gonna look at Rex and be like, do you want me to cast Mage Hand and pick one of them
Oh,
up?
I thought I was just going invisible and grabbing a sword.
Oh, no.
It seemed.
I mean, if you want to, you can. I was asking
I
about
thought you were
people in
going
the
around.
shrubbery. Mosu can do whatever she wants, but...
Yeah, Mosu,
Oh yeah,
if you
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna touch the shiny sword.
As you reach out to touch it, all of the swords begin to levitate and start dancing around. They are flying swords, and they begin to attack you.
Can they attack me if I'm invisible? Do they know where I am at least? Or are they at disadvantage?
I would say because it's a magical sword, it tries to attack you.
You got it. Attack me then.
How dare you?
Attack me then.
Nobody can see you. They can only hear you. Your friends can only hear you. Does an 11 hit?
No.
So I'll just do the one roll for all of them. They all kind of swing at you and completely miss.
Guys, the swords are doing a little dance and they want to have some fun.
I can see that. Oh,
Yeah.
so you didn't happen to touch one, did you?
I wouldn't per se say I touched it for a long period of time.
That's...
When I get attacked, I'm no longer invisible.
It didn't hit, though.
It did,
Unless
I
you
just.
want to take your invisibility down, you are still invisible.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought it was when I. So if I took damage, then it would have gone down. Got it.
I think so.
What do you guys want me to do? Can they hear? It's a magical sword. Can a sword hear?
I'm assuming they have some sort of perception abilities.
Do you guys want me to entangle them to the ground?
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
I back away. Like, I don't know how close I am to these, but seeing Mosu's magic before, know that it's usually a decent chunk of space to cast her magic, so I'm gonna back out of whatever range she needs for that.
Yeah, get 20 feet away from me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna probably go behind Baxter.
Yeah, I'm just
as I
kind of like
normally
arms
do.
out, shuffling everybody else backwards, and I kind of look over my
The
shoulder.
mom friend.
Yeah, Yuchi, I would recommend staying back a bit if I were you. I don't say anything to Jador.
I'm gonna cast Entangle, and when I cast Entangle, I lose my hidden.
Yuchi, since you're talking to Yuchi Baxter, Yuchi just says, he goes, yes, that's all well and fine. He's like, I recognize this. It looks like it's been animated by a servant of the god of mischief.
Lovely. That's what I want to do. Really? Gods?
So
Jador.
the swords have to do a strength check.
I don't think so. Or you're saying they do. If you're doing it, I'll say they don't have to. They're just.
I mean, I already casted Entangle.
Yeah, I'm saying that they don't have any strength, so it's gonna work.
Oh, I got it.
It sounded
I thought you
very
said, like,
dismissive,
no, you
like
can't
they
have it.
automatically don't get entangled, so...
No, sorry, they're like super strong. Due to magic, you can't cancel it out. No, your entangle works. They don't have any strength really to them. I mean, they'll attack you and do damage, but you're able to use your vines and pin them all to the ground, and then they kind of wobble around.
Hey guys, this lasts for a minute. I'm no longer invisible now because I cast that and I'm concentrating.
Yuchi, do you know how to deal with these?
He's like, you can just leave them there. It doesn't really matter.
Well, they're only staying there for a minute. I'd really rather not have these things chasing us down the path. How do I make them stop?
They only attack if you're in distance, so as we move along, it won't be a problem.
Do we really want to
Nice.
leave them here? Seems irresponsible. Not everyone walking down this path has magic to...
We could make a sign. A little warning sign.
Do not touch.
Yeah. Hey, Jador.
Mosu writes scribbles.
Yuchi's thing, he goes, I mean, I feel like that'll make people want to touch them.
I don't know.
I mean, we could say, but instead of saying, like, don't touch the sword, we'd say something, like, totally different, like, beware of dog, because then they're going to be looking for a dog.
But then they might pick up the sword to fight the dog.
But there isn't a dog. See, that's big brain time.
But...
Guys, we don't have a lot of time.
Yuchi pulls out a scroll and, like, slices a piece of paper, and he goes, here you go.
Thank you. So I'm just gonna write like danger equals death. And just put it up on a tree.
He's like, they're really not
Wait,
too dangerous.
and then Mosu's gonna draw a little picture of the sword, or sort of what the sword looks like, and puts it right next to it.
And then you three all stand back and nod your heads.
Max was just sort of looking at them like, guys, really? Like,
yeah.
Looks good.
All right,
Yeah,
let's go.
Dusk has
Hit the road.
come upon y'all, and the sun is about to blip out of existence. Would you guys like to set up a camp?
Yeah, man.
Maybe out of the path of the magical swords would be a good idea.
That's a good plan. I
Baxter at
think,
this point is just sort of like rubbing his temples, like, "Oh my god." Okay,
and
it's
I'm there like, "Hey there, big cat. How you feeling?"
I'm fine, thanks, buddy. It's an
I'm
interesting
always here for
day.
you.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. It's an interesting
I'll
day.
say you got this far, but delete that. I'll say you continue on. You get to the one of the one of the bridges, and the one where you found the knoll at. And you guys, if you want, you can kind of like make camp down over here, away from the
Yeah.
swords. Uh,
Yes, away from the swords.
for the night. Got yeah.
And as we're setting up camp, I am pacing around the like I think it's I need to double check the like perimeter max that it can be, but I'm going to be casting alarm.
I like the picture of the one.
Yeah, I was gonna say the pictures are perfect.
Nice. Just
That's funny.
yeah.
As we're setting up camp, Mosu is just gonna kind of go off towards a tree, and she's just gonna be kind of like talking with the plant and telling it about what the terrible people did to the bear, and is gonna just kind of be like, couple of thanks the spirit of the bear, and she's gonna just draw some swords in her little journal, um, and say magic swords don't touch, and then she's gonna knock it.
like go to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we're setting up the camp, when everyone chooses where they're sleeping, I'm gonna walk around the sleep area. It's like a 20-foot cube is the area I can choose. Choose da, 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 da. And I'm going to cast alarm on the sleeping area. And I'm going to set the alert to be a mental alarm for myself. Um, and I'm going to have it so that Elvia, Leof, and Mosu do not set it off, but everything else will. And it will alert me the ping in my mind if I'm within 1 mile of the worded area. It will wake me if I'm sleeping if any tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area.
Okay, cool. So it's like this big. So like here then? You want it more center?
Yeah, like
Or
as
this way, like out of the water.
yeah, I don't have to be in it, so I want to make sure that at least everyone else in the group, wherever they're sleeping, is in it, and I would like to be up in a tree.
Well, I mean, like, there's lots of space for you to be in it.
Okay. And yes, that's fine.
Okie dokie. So it just alerts you. Sounds good. Leof, where you at?
I'm going to help set up the fire, and as I'm doing that, I'm going to try and talk to Jador.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Hey,
Hmm.
I'm gonna be like, so Jador, you the elder sibling?
That would be correct.
Yeah. I'm also an older sibling, so I get it. I get it. Yep. Want to meet Clarence?
If I must.
I'm just gonna take out the skull and be like, "This is Clarence."
You must make a fortune on your living, bard.
I
Jador,
you
do not be
do decently.
disrespectful.
No. It's okay. We're bonding. We're bonding.
Well, as Elvia sees it, the discussion's going, she'll kind of come closer to the trio.
So Clarence here tried to murder us. So that was a day. But luckily, your sister totally, you know, froze him and then shot him through the eye. So that was pretty cool.
You can kind of see his jaw tense up, like his teeth.
So that was cool. I'm sure you and Yuchi have had some adventures following her out here. What have you guys been up to? Bonding? Hmm?
Ah, yes, dear brother, why don't you tell us how harrowing your adventure's been chasing me?
Yes, Elvia, you don't leave much of a trail to follow. And then Yuchi kind of elbows him and just kind of explains, like, yeah, actually, we kind of heard you slipping out when we were talking. We went back to the house, you weren't there, so we found the rope that you had left and saw a couple branches on the next plateau down. We found some gnomes in the woods, but we were able to use a spell to communicate with them. They said you had disappeared. It was very strange, really.
Did you try to be discreet?
No, actually, they were very confused because they said that 3 other of their gnome members were missing, and so were you. They actually think maybe that you took them, or you kidnapped them, or you killed them, but we assured, Jador really went out on a limb and assured them that you weren't like that.
Was nice of you, Jador.
Yes.
See,
They do thank you, brother.
Jador
I remember
just sits there like pouting, scowling.
I'm just gonna be like, one time my little sister Sachi, she had run off, which was terrifying. I get it. But yeah, she had run off, angered a boar at the time that was near my family's farm, and luckily my elder brother was there. He took care of the whole thing. But I get it. You get worried. There are dangers out there that you're not quite sure if they can face. And then you worry and you follow, and when you can't find them, that's terrifying. Right? But in the end, Sachi's fine. Elvia's fine. And now we're here talking next to the fire with Clarence. And I'm still talking, which I'm going to stop now. And he just looks down.
Yuchi, you said there were gnomes missing too. Do you know any more about that? That's on Catastock, right?
It is. It is not too far from the Autumnwood estate, but they said that they disappeared around the time that they met Elvia.
When was
Well,
this?
I can assure you that the gnomes did not disappear because of me. It was a mere accident. I did try to find them.
But you didn't see them. You don't know where they are or what happened to them?
Listen, it might sound crazy, but there are these mushrooms, right? The mushrooms are white, and then the second you, I don't know, you crush them, they were just rainbow dust, and then you're just transported. I thought I'd be transported with them to the same location, but they went before me. When I
Wait,
went
are
through the
like
portal,
transported like physically or transported like transported? What kind of
no,
mushrooms are we
physically,
talking
my
about?
friend.
Oh, okay, okay.
But when I got there, there was no gnomes. I must have transported to the wrong place. I would have tried to find them if I had any idea where they might have gone.
But they seem to have activated this mushroom transportation themselves. They weren't, like, dragged away anywhere.
No, they did it themselves.
Okay. That's, well, probably not ideal for their families to have them run off, but that's fine.
And then the one says no, especially after uh, the wife just gave birth to their baby.
There's a baby now.
Yes, they said the one elf, the gnome mate who was with the elf all disappeared at the same time.
Well, that sounds like a family dispute and separation. Hmm. Okay.
That's rough.
As Elvia hears this, she feels super bad and she's petting the egg like, if I lost you, I'd be so sad.
Baxter, at this point, having realized that there was not like some like slave abduction of gnomes on Catastock, is like, okay, that's really probably not my business.
uh, Jador, hearing your mushroom adventure, just is like, he gets up and turns to Yuchi and he goes, "This day has been exhausting. I'm retiring." And he just like goes close to the water and beds down.
I like
Of
him.
course, Elvia seeing this, as siblings usually do, this makes her quite mad, and she goes, Jador!
Sleeping. He yells back.
I think you all know why I left now. And she, is quite mad now too, and she goes to the other edge of the array, away from Jador, probably closer to like the tree or something.
Like over
Stomps
here.
off.
Oh, over there? Over here?
Over. Yeah, right there.
Okay, just go the other way. And Yuchi just goes. He turns to Leof and just says, "They've always been like this." And he gets up from the fire and goes out over towards Jador to go to sleep.
It's just me and you now, Clarence.
You hear Baxter chuckle from up in the tree.
I'm gonna like just look up and be like, "Thanks, big cat."
Baxter kind of nods and like, because at this point I'm like sprawled over a thick branch, kind of like arms swinging down, tail swinging, just like, yep.
Yeah, and then I'll just like bed down there next to the fire with Clarence.
Your snuggle buddy.
Yeah, like a skull.
Okay. So
But I feel like because I know that like there's like that protection thing up, but like I might not actually like sleep. Like I'll just kind of like lay there just to keep watch.
well, you might also remember that elves don't actually need sleep, so they kind of just meditate, but they're very aware. And now you have 3 of them,
Mm-hmm.
so they're all pretty aware.
Oh, that's true. Okay, well then I'm gonna remember that and immediately be like, all right, Clarence, and then we're gonna fall asleep.
Clarence.
Is this a long rest?
Yeah, you can count it as a long rest. And as you your alarm at some point, Baxter, gets tripped, and when you open your eyes, you look into the direction that it was. Give me a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody or just Baxter?
Just Baxter,
Baxter.
because you guys would be sleeping except for the elves, but Baxter put up a barrier and can tell exactly where
Oh, Jesus.
the thing is.
that?
The thing is
Yes. 17 for perception.
Okay. So, with the 17, you look up. You look up and just over the corner from where you're perched in the tree, you blink your little eyes open and you see, oh, it's just like a fox, looking alert and breathing a little heavy.
Does it look injured? Breathing heavy? Like.
No, it doesn't look injured. Kind of trotting along, stalking around a bush, when
Yeah,
you see, it kind of darts away, right? And
mm-hmm.
then, just behind it, you see these two gnolls come through.
Do they, like, how close are they to us? I'm assuming at this point, if it's the middle of the night, our fire would have gone out. Like, it's dark right now, right?
It's dark. The fire smoldered itself out. They're like 5 feet from the tree that you're in.
I'm going to cast. Do I want to do this? I'm going to hold very, very still and see where they go. Because if they don't know we're here, I don't want to alert them to the fact that we're here.
I think with their passive perception, they notice that there's other people there, and you see them turn and like, because the fox ran off, but when they got to that point, like at the edge of your thing, they turn and notice your little encampment, and you hear them go.
I immediately am shouting, "Everybody up! We got gnolls! Everybody up now! Now!" And I'm pulling out my my short bow.
Yeah, I'm gonna like shake awake, have like Clarence in like one arm, and then like take out like the bow in the other. Like, what's going on? What's happening?
Okay, everyone give yeah, just roll for initiative. Just do it.
Everyone else got to do their before initiative. Can I do my before initiative or no?
Do what?
I was just gonna like put my hand down and conjure my wildfire spirit.
Sure.
Okay, my wildfire spirit's there with me.
Elvia, is there anything you wanted to do as you were getting stirred out of your meditation?
I mean, I gotta make a decision whether or not I want to keep the egg on me or if I want to maybe put it somewhere that it'll be safe. So I think Alvia's gonna unwrap the egg from herself in case she has to use magic. She doesn't want it to freeze. So she's gonna put it maybe in the tree since it's all bundled up. She'll like tie it off like a basket, like a bassinet in a tree.
Okay. Give me a d20.
And I got a 20 for initiative too.
Okay. And give me a d20 roll just to see how well you can put it away.
Choo, 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 choo. D20. D20. This one. Oh, I did not do that right. Nope. Okay. Which one's a 20? Let me just try this one again. A 13?
Okay, so I'll say that you're able to set it where it's not gonna roll off and smack on the ground and break open. But it's not like hidden. So it's in sight. But it's not gonna bust. Yep, that's that. So you got a 20 for initiative. Who else has the thing?
14.
Sorry, was that both of you got 14?
15.
15? Did I hear a 14?
6.
I'm a 14.
Mosu's 4. Leoff 6. Baxter's 15. Mosu's 14. Boop. Boop bop beep boop. Doo doo. Okay. The Knolls are 18. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. The first person to go is Elvia. Elvia, what's your plan? Stan?
Alright, how far away is Baxter from the knoll?
Baxter is 5 feet from the knoll.
5 feet away. Alright, I'm gonna try.
She's
Huh?
Baxter. He is 5 feet away from the blue ringed one, and 10 feet away from the orange ringed one.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do acid arrow on the orange one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll. Hit.
Okay.
I got a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Do your damage. What's your damage?
11 acid damage.
11
Yep.
acid damage. Okay, yeah, he's gonna take the full damage for that. Do 11 acid damage. Math. I can do it. Yeah. All right, you have a bonus action as well.
I do.
I guess
2-weapon fighting. So I can do another this longbow attack.
sure.
Right? I'm gonna try to hit the blue one this time.
Go for it.
Or should I just do the same one? Nah, I'll do blue. Try for blue. Alright, I got a 16 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. And I got a 6 damage piercing damage.
Okie doke. Yeah. So, for the first one, you notice that it hits him. It's pretty hard. He tries to shake it off, but you can tell it's not something he can shake off pretty easily. As for the other one, you sling that arrow, it sticks right in him, and he looks pissed. So up next is the Knolls. They look at each other and look at you, and the one that you really got is gonna just go straight at you for a bite. Boop. Does a 10 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay. And then actually he ran past Leoff. He's running past Leoff, kind of like Leoff, you can take an opportunity attack as he's going by, if you want to give it a go. I don't remember what you said you picked up with you when you got up to fight.
I have a crossbow in my hand right now.
I'd say uh you can use it as a melee attack and do bludgeoning damage if you want to smack him with it. This
Okay.
is running
I'm
right
going.
past you.
Then as a just a melee attack, it's still a D20, right?
Mm-hmm. And whatever your melee modifier
Ooh,
is.
a nat 20.
Really?
Nice.
So
Yeah.
what is the your melee damage dice say? Like a 1d something?
I think it should be the 1d6, I
So
think.
you'll roll 2d6 and then whatever plus there is on that will be added.
The unarmed, right? Does it count as an improv thing? Count as unarmed or
Well,
melee attack?
well, she's
It'll be sorry, it'll be a 3 damage.
okay.
I'm small. There's not I hit him, but there's not a lot of power.
Every point counts.
He's also
I mean, it
running
was a nat.
in the opposite direction. So like, it's
In the
night.
dark.
You're blinking around. You're like, oh, what's that? Smack! Smack him as he goes by.
Hit him in the eye with it.
So you do 3, and he does make a little when he goes by.
Now, just to remind myself, with the acid arrow, it also takes another 2d4 damage at the end of its next turn.
Okay.
So is that one done with its turn?
Technically they go together, so the other one's gonna go as well, and then the turn will be over. But the end of its next turn, so it still has to have a next turn.
No, well,
wouldn't it be this one because Elvia
Yeah.
went first? So like that's the creature she attacked. So at the end of its next turn, this is technically its next turn.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because that would make sense if he went first, then I fought, and then that would be his next turn after that turn. But because I was first, he's going now.
For this, I'm just gonna say because it says next, and he was next, I'm gonna make it the next turn. Okay. Okay.
Poison gotta sit in there for a second.
Yeah. The acid time to work.
Alrighty. So, he goes, the other Knoll, who is standing just outside of the tree where Baxter is, he's going to see that some little twerp just bash the back of his friend's head, and he's going to use his longbow to try and hit you. Yeah, I think that's fine. Does a 11 hit?
No.
That goes right by and just misses. Like, it goes right by your ear and lands back behind the tree behind you, just also missing the egg. And yeah, you see it land right next to your egg. It's freaked out. That's
I can't see in the dark, so literally all I just felt was like that go past my face.
Yeah,
I'm just seeing these dark shapes.
Felt like a spring breeze. Baxter's next.
Woo! All right, so I've got my short bow out. I am going to aim at the knoll that's standing in front of Elvia, and I'm assuming he's within 5 feet of her, right?
He is.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to shoot him.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, actually, let me make sure I got my... Oh, I didn't want to roll anything. Go away. Short bow is plus. So that is a 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay. Now, since he is within 5 feet of Elvia, who is an enemy to him, even though I didn't have advantage on the roll, I can still do my sneak attack damage.
Because, yes, you have an enemy of your enemy within the
within that
range.
5-foot range.
So,
yes.
Yes, add your sneak bonus.
Okay, so then I would get a total of 3d6 to roll. Jesus. Okay. So that is a total of 6 piercing damage. Because I rolled 3 ones. So that was fun. And I get my +3. So a total of 6 piercing damage.
You have the sight of darkness, don't you?
I do have the sight of darkness.
So you see that like lands like right in his shoulder, and he kind of crumples to the left a little where it hits. And yeah, he gets a stinky breath all up in Elvia's face.
Yeah.
Yum.
And I am staying put right where I am. Right up in the tree.
Sure. Let's see. Do you have any bonus actions you can or want to use?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So next up is Mosu, Miss Furbolg. What you gonna do with that Furbolg butt?
I'm going to look to my wildfire spirit. I'm not gonna command it right now. I'm just gonna look to it and just like kind of tell it like protect itself, but I'm not commanding because instead for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Flame Blade, and from my hands spouts out a blade of flame, and then I'm going to run up to the one that's attacking Elvia, and I'm gonna hit him with my flame blade.
All right. Give me your thingamajigger. Give me your roll. What's your roll? Tell me what you hit with.
Let's see. Doop plus 5 is 14.
A 14 misses. Tell me how you miss.
I trip on a rock as I'm going, and I kind of stumble and go a little bit to the left.
A little bit to the left. Okay. Boop. You missed. And you see he turns and he goes. I will say that it won't give him an opportunity to attack. You didn't like go past him enough. You just kind of like bump into Lee off a little bit.
They're like, oh,
All right,
person.
that's all I got. That's all. That was my attack.
I'll say that Jador, like, he says he's like kind of small, like Leoff, so he kind of like slips through the both of you, and just sort of goes to punch it right in the face, which hits and he kills it.
Oh my god!
You guys
love that.
You guys
so much.
Really chipped away at it, but it fueled his ego, not gonna lie, because he got to kill it. So it's like snarling at you, Mosu, and he slips right under you, don't even feel it, and then he's got his fists out, and he's a magic user, but he just felt like doing this instead. He punches it, and kind of like a Looney Tunes, he sees stars and just like completely flops down and is dead.
That was
nice.
Amazing.
Ah, yes. Truly impressive, brother.
Oh, you're so cute. Let's see. I'll say that where where Yuchi is standing. Yuchi can do a spell. I didn't honestly. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, you guys. I wasn't prepared to have this brother here, so I don't actually know what they do. I just figured it out. Let's see. I'm gonna say that Yuchi is a wizard of illusion, and he tries to project an image to this knoll that you guys aren't there. Use a wisdom saving throw. And to be honest, I don't even have a freaking sheet for this. I don't even know what I'm doing. So he tries to cast a spell. I'm gonna say the spell didn't work. He tried to cast an illusionary spell, but this freaking thing is too wise. It's like, yeah. So then it's Elvia's turn.
All right. So how far away is the knoll from Baxter?
It's the same, 5 feet.
That's 5 feet?
Yeah,
right.
Baxter's in a tree, kind of like, a few feet up, but the knoll is tall.
Did the sneak attack count as my turn or no?
The attack of opportunity.
Oh, sorry, did I skip you?
I think you skipped me off, yeah.
Leof, I skipped you, but let's pretend that I didn't. Leof, it's your turn.
I rolled super low, so I was gonna be last no matter what.
Yeah, sure. I was gonna put the elves last, but yeah, Leof, you go. You go do something
rolled
about
solo.
it. You do you.
Well, since it's really dark and I don't have any kind of night vision at all, but now that I know what a griffin sounds like, I'm going to cast a minor illusion, in the sky, a little, a way so that the sound of a griffin sounds like it's coming towards the knoll.
Okay, give me an intimidation check.
Got this.
19.
Okay.
Nice.
So the snarling and awful shriek of a griffin soars through the sky with its shadow being cast. The knoll looks up, terrified. It darts off.
Not gonna lie, Baxter flinches too.
it scampers back to where it came from, wherever that is, and you have defeated the gnolls.
Then I'm gonna take away the illusion and realizing that I did not tell anyone what I was going to do. I'm gonna be like, that was me, everyone. That was me.
Good. Baxter puts his bow away and kind of hops down out of the tree and is dusting himself off a little bit. Everybody okay?
We're good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well,
Fantastic.
Elvia is now I have to go get my egg. Runs to the tree, go gets the egg, puts it back on her to make it be protected.
Don't die.
I've been choking on tea.
Choking on that tea. Yeah, choking on that tea.
All right. Already.
So
I just realized that I never put down the skull that entire time, and I just realized this.
Yes, the skull. What did you name the skull of the griffin that you killed?
It's Clarence.
Clarence.
Clarence is in my arms the whole time.
That is cute. So, since it is morning now, you've taken your long rest, you kind of woke up just before. I'm going to say it's kind of like waking up before your alarm clock goes off. It's just before the sun is about to rise, but you guys don't really have any more sleep left in you. That kind of woke you right up. I will give out some experience for this fight and experience for the role playing throughout this tonight's episode, since we're going to wrap it up here. 75 experience each to you each for killing the gnolls.
You said 75?
That's right. Straight 7, straight 5. And then I will award I will award 100 role-playing experience points to each of you. 100 to Mosu for helping save a bear. 100 to Leof for trying to diffuse friend situations. 100 to Baxter for looking after the group and not giving a flying fuck what Jador has to say, and 100 for Elvia for stepping up to be the mother of a griffin.
Thank you.
I'm 5 points away.
I am 105 points away.
If only there was more I could do for you. Too bad.
It's Saturday. It's gonna happen.
Saturday.
Saturday.
There you go. You should at least prepare your stuff, because you'll maybe we'll do an interlude experience so that you can do the second half of Saturday.
For the past 3 weeks, you somehow earned 1 experience per week, so you have 3. No, I'm kidding.
I get to, then we have like
so
2 points.
We will return Saturday night. Thank you to everyone who stopped in. Cracking Path, appreciate you stopping by. And
thank you.
Yeah. And we'll be back on Saturday, returning to New Dawn, the guild where this group all started.
Huzzah.
Bye-bye.